Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. There's well over 6,000 of you. I thank you so much. Guys, I so appreciate you, and I hope that I am showing you that I appreciate you. I've got a membership, and a lot of you have joined. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that support. You asked for it, so please don't feel obligated to do that. People literally asked me, if I would do a membership, and I mean, I'm not offering much with it. It's really just for support. So I thank you so much for that, guys. I do. I have to put the Whitaker's videos on private at the moment because I was told that I'm not allowed to use the pictures of the Whitakers that Mark Leda took. I understand they are his. So he asked, or his company, Soft White Underbelly, asked if I would remove those pictures. So I will put the videos back up once I have re-edited them, and I will just remove the black and white pictures that Mark took. However, guys, please check out his work. His work is beautiful. I'm not upset about this. I understand. I don't have a problem with it. So, those of you that might say, well, what happened with the Whitakers? That's what's going on with that. And I have to figure out how to do the editing and not put up new videos. So, let's give me a minute on that. But you guys asked for MICA Miller, and more than a few of you have been, Toddy, tell us what you think. What I think is it doesn't look like suicide to me. Oops, okay. It doesn't look like unaliving to me. It looks like she was 14 years old when she met him, and then she got married, right? And he got married, and he had 5 kids, and then not much. I mean, then they end up together. Her family says that her sanity was all fine until they got together. And he looks like a crazy guy, to be honest with you. He's Pastor John Paul Miller. He's no longer a pastor. They did pull his pastor card to get back. His wife was only 30 years old. He was 44. He was, when they met, she was 14, and he was the pastor. Do the math. Supposedly, she makes a 911 call. The family is saying now that maybe that 911 call was maybe done by somebody with some AI experience. I've seen a lot of stuff with that AI. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing. I think that's going to get a lot of people into trouble. His behavior is so questionable that you have to ask. And the way that people are unaliving people anymore, the creativity behind it, you have to ask yourself, is it possible? Is it possible? She fed herself a sandwich before she unalived herself? You guys know the case a lot better than me because I've been with my head in a few other cases. So again, we're going to go through this case and see the twists and turns. I have to tell you that when he went back to work and he was saying and brought up, at the very end of his sermon, he brought up the fact that his wife was no longer with him, that she had unalived herself. He seemed emotional to me. He seemed emotional to me. That's the most emotional reel that I thought. Could he do more? You can't tell somebody how to grieve. There's no right way or wrong way to grieve. You can't put somebody in jail because of that. Everything looks bad for him. I have to say there's a lot of circumstantial and a lot of evidence. The biggest one was that she said, if you find me unalived, basically that was him. We saw the video of her going and getting the GUN, but her family says she only did that to protect herself. As a matter of fact, she had a no contact order that she was reaching for right before she was unalived. Why would you get that if you're going to unalive yourself? Why would you go through the effort of this? There's something maybe a little bit more twisted. Somebody said that they were fishing in a boat in the area where they fish, and they heard somebody like crying. They couldn't make out anybody. They just heard somebody crying, and then a bang, and somebody stopped, and they weren't crying. But those defense wounds, where'd they come from? You know, she was a small woman. She seemed like a small woman. I really don't know her stature, but she had it looked like a small frame to me. Could she have been, like what the family said, taken and somebody put their hands around her hands? They never even checked to see if there was residue on her hands, to see if she actually did pull the, you know what I'm saying, and make it happen. Because he was so quick. It's his reactions to things and the way he's behaving that has made him suspicious. His own behavior has made him suspicious in the eyes of all of us. We see that clearly. That's not enough to convict somebody. So we have to dig deeper into the case and see what else is there. What more? It seems like there's a bunch of twists and turns. Things are showing up now. People are talking now. So there's a lot of things to investigate and to find. So we'll keep going into it. And we'll see more and more. There are other cases that I'm working on. I'm working on the treadmill case. That's really important. You know, when it's the kids, it's very important. But a 30-year-old woman in the prime of her life, trust me, the prime of her life, right, guys? The prime of her life, to unalive herself. And for this pastor, well, no longer a pastor, thank God, to be already close with somebody, he's got somebody else. His behavior, again, it's his behavior that is so questioning here. And her actions before it happened. There was a tracker on her car. So that's not something to debate. It's factual. She didn't put it on her car. Could she have been followed to that park? She was in North Carolina, but he was in South Carolina. And supposedly he was nowhere around, but we don't know that for sure. We can only assume. Well, we'll figure it out, guys. Tell me what you think, which way I should go. Show me. All right, guys, I really appreciate you. Please be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind and always be yourself. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Thanks, guys.